Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. So, Cancer, you are the last one in this series where we're going to peel back the layers of you, look deep inside and see who you really are. So, I'm going to do that with the Muse Tarot, which I haven't used in a while up until yesterday. So, I'm going to use the Muse Tarot, and I have the pocket-sized edition of the Wild Unknown Tarot. So that's how it's going to be, Cancer. Let's get started. I'm going to first ask who you really are. I'm going to look at the mask that you wear, or sort of how you present yourself to the world, why you may hide your true self, or at least this part of yourself that's hidden, how this affects your relationships, and then some advice and outcome possible if you follow the advice. Oh my goodness, that's a messy. It's funny. I just like cleansed these cards too. I put them in a singing bowl and gave them a good cleanse. So let's see, Cancer. Maybe they're ready to go for you. The cards are ready to speak. They certainly are. Who you really are. The Ace of Voices. So the Ace of Swords. You are truth and clarity. You see very clear. Your mind is very, very clear at this moment. I get the feeling of like climbing the top of a hill here, or not a hill, a mountain. Maybe for some people it's perceived like a small hill, but for you it's a mountain. Having climbed a mountain and perceived something. Let's see how this goes. I feel like with these cards, and it kind of happened yesterday, as they all come out, they communicate with each other and they show me more. So even though one card is sitting in who you really are, the rest of the cards will help explain that. The mask you are wearing. The Nine of Voices. Oh, that's interesting. So who you really are is absolutely clear thinking. Not a muddled mind, not fogginess. But the mask that you wear is, you know what I'm seeing with this? I'm hearing sleep but not rest. Sleep but not rest is the mask that you wear. You may look to people like you don't know what's going on, or you might be playing up a little bit like you don't know what's going on, just because this person is sort of in the dream state, right? They're in the dream state. Their eyes are closed. You choose not to look. That's what it is. That's who you really are, because she's looking away from us. And yet she has this clarity coming through in her mind. You choose not to look. You are not caught up in your head about something, which some people might think you are. Maybe you're not directing your attention towards them, or, yeah, because they see you as your eyes closed, working through some sort of mental difficulty. But in reality, you just choose not to look there and find your clarity somewhere else. This is interesting. Why you hide your true self. The Three of Materials, the Three of Pentacles. Well, this card gives me a bit of a mental trip. It's really interesting. Well, without going into the imagery of the card, why you hide your true self is because there's something that you choose to work on that doesn't include someone else. I want to say, because you choose this. I don't know if it's just maybe someone in particular in your life, and it could be, or it could be a group, or it could be a group. Whatever this is, whoever's perceiving this part of you, I kind of get the impression that this outside energy feels like you were really caught up in your head about something that has to do with that outside energy. I'm just going to call it the outside energy. I don't know if it's an individual, a situation, something. And, oh, is this too difficult for Cancer to look at? Or no, Cancer chooses not to look at it because that's not Cancer's truth. So, and like, why? So why are you, I guess at least, why does it look like that you are caught up in your head when in reality you couldn't give a shit. I feel like you couldn't give a shit and you just turned away and you're looking for your clarity, or you found your clarity. You have found your clarity with the Ace of Voices and the Three of Pentacles. Why you hide your true self? I feel like because you would rather invest in something else here, something more colorful, let's say, because her hair is all full of color and so is this. But there's something about this card that I find really difficult. These are disembodied heads. So that in itself, you know, right, like that plays on your mind. Disembodied. Which I feel like has more to do with this. So this is why you hide your true self. Something is disembodied about an experience outside of you. And so how would I clarify disembodied? Well, it feels like it's something that can't be grounded. You know, like usually we associate disembodied voices, disembodied heads. So it's something that can't be grounded. It's an idea or a thought or a notion that can't be grounded over here. So don't even bother with it anymore. So how this affects your relationships, I'm really interested to see this. The Page of Materials. People project their thoughts onto you, and that's a little bit of what's going on here. Like, I'm a rose, so this is how a rose would react. And that's what Cancer's doing. Oh, it's really keen energy. Interesting. Oh yeah, this person's totally a rose. Like their dress is a rose. Everything about them is a rose. And there's all these roses here. They're all different colors. Let's see where this goes. I got to keep pulling this out because there's something really deep here. So it totally makes sense. So how this affects the relationships, like really, people really kind of just identify themselves and trying to understand you. They're projecting how they can really only do that. I mean, unless they really ultimately understand you at a really, really deep level, why you're doing something, or why you've directed your energy somewhere else, or why you have clarity when in fact they think, oh, well, Cancer's all up in their head about this. I would be, so I know they are, right? Advice for you. The Four of Voices. Don't pay no attention to nobody. It's like the Four of Swords. Close your eyes, relax, have a bath, put some petals in the water. Take, like, rest. Yeah, you have some clarity. Maybe some clarity has... Maybe the clarity is recent. Whatever it could be. I do feel like there is a need, because you're getting the advice, to rest yourself, to rest, to heal, to relax. It's to take this knowledge, this knowing that you have, this clarity, and it's to work with it, with the universe, really, like just maybe project where it is that you want to go instead of, or how you'd like to guide yourself. Keep delving into what this truth is, as opposed to this. So the outcome, if you follow the advice, the world, you will complete something here. You will successfully complete something. Wow, you will also have a greater vision. This whole globe takes up her mind, her eyes, her sight. You will have a vision far greater than what you have even now. And though now it's becoming quite clear. You have the Hermit, the Star, the Eight of Materials, the Two Emotions, and the Page of Voices. These three here are really interesting. The Hermit, the Star, and then the Eight of Materials. I love how she's doing what she wants with all these roses. The roses are odd, right? Like, Because there's no roses in your clear-minded thinking here. And it feels like reaching the top of a mountain. It's just kind of like all these little colored flags remind me of what I've seen in images of Tibet and the like, the Himalayas. And I associate that with mountains and reaching a height that, you know, most people wouldn't reach. The roses come in over here, like why you're hiding yourself, for one thing. So on some level, I feel like you want to do something else with the roses. And the roses could symbolize physical things in your world and how you can, well, we manipulate everything. I'm picking up the cards. I'm manipulating them with my hands. Otherwise, they would just sit there. But right, I pick them up, I manipulate them. So manipulation isn't always something bad. It depends if you're doing that to someone intentionally so that you can have a good outcome and they will have a poor outcome, and that's different, right? But like just to take these roses and manipulate them in a way that suits you, right? This person has manipulated, this person or people or outside energy has manipulated things in a certain way that it wears it. Like they identify themselves with these roses. And the roses just feel like the things that come in and out of our life that we work with. And hearing, seeing this here, this is like, wow, really being able to do a lot of different things at the same time almost with all of these roses. But then what's really interesting too is that the rose petals are in the water. So on some level, it is breaking down something in your world, something that you can manipulate and hold and work with in your world, that others around you will see it this way. And that's the only way they understand it to be worked with. And so they only understand you this way. That's the only way. That's it for them. They wear the rose dress. They are the rose head. They project the rose of the image. They even, I want to say, probably absorb the image of the rose. They see something they like, they absorb it, they become that. There might even be some people around you that are trying to become more like you. But this is not, this doesn't feel inspiring. It feels a little bit copycat without putting the work in, without even really following their own path. Like you can be inspired by something that somebody does, but then you still have to work with it in your own way. Where this person is just, they're just like a cut and paste. It just feels like cut and paste, right? Cut and paste. Even these heads feel cut and paste. Like they've been pasted on there. And if you ever had like somebody's head resting on your head, heads are really heavy. They're really heavy. I don't know how much a head weighs, but a head is heavy. So that, I'm just thinking for the person on the bottom, that's a lot of weight sitting on their head. I don't know. I want to put a human head. I'm guessing guys' heads are heavier. But I want to, yeah, they feel heavier. Yeah, I don't know, maybe 6 to 8 pounds. So the person on the bottom has 12 to 18 pounds. 12 to 16. Yeah, that's right. 12 to 16 pounds, or maybe more. Each head is a different size. Like that's a lot of weight on your head. And that's why people think, someone thinks, something thinks that you've got a lot of weight on your head. It's the weight of others that you carry here. But no, I don't think you do anymore. Or if you did at all. And you've taken the roses that used to weigh you down and you've broken them up and you've turned them into something that can like soothe you, that can aromify you. Ooh, the aromatherapy, you feel like invigorated by it. Aromified you. I like that word. See, everyone needs a little bit of Gemini in them so we can come up with new words in the English language, or any language. Aromified you is the advice for you. Now, okay, so the Hermit, which again, so this is very self-contained. This is putting yourself out in the desert, taking yourself away from any sort of distraction, except perhaps the intensity of your thoughts. And I say intensity because of the heat of the desert. So the intensity of your thoughts, and you become quite clear about who you are and what your dreams are, regardless of what other people may project on you. And then here you are working with the roses. You are not becoming the rose. You may wear the rose as a sort of adornment. You may wear this cap today because I'm going to build me a fence, so I'm going to wear a carpenter's cap today. Or you may go out and maybe you're going to do some work at a food bank, so you're going to put on the volunteer's cap today. I'm going to do that. Like, you're really, who you are in and out of these different things in your life is not who you are. It is just a piece of a mutable puzzle. Oh yeah, there was more here, wasn't there? So then you have the Two of Emotions and the Page of Voices. Okay, I feel like it's seeing something through distraction. Now, the Two of Emotions is the Two of Cups. So you can see perhaps something that is very, very similar and balanced with you. So it might be something that is of a rose that you can work with. It might be another person. It could even be the two parts of you, but I'm not really seeing more than one part of you here right now in this reading. But it's like observing something. So it's beautiful. It's like you're swimming in it. They're just swimming in it, and it feels so free-flowing and expressive. But you have to kind of put your glasses on. And even when you do, to look at this, to see it, there's going to be these distractions around you. And I kind of want to say on some level, it feels like these are intentional. It's outside energy and it's intentionally trying to distract you. And I don't know if it's related to this, like to bring you back. Here, no, come back over here and get in your head and let me project my ideas on you. Let me try to project something on you. Because the Two of Cups wouldn't be a projection. The Two of Cups, look at how closely they see each other. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's go and clarify deeply. Deeply clarify. Oh, I think we've already gone deep. This little deck. One more. Do it right. I don't know. Maybe I've lost my ability to shuffle. Just try this one more time. I think it's in the wrist. I think I need to bring it together at the end. So yeah, see, that's what I need to do. All right. Okay. The Ace of Voices. Who you really are. Who Cancer really is. The Ace of Voices. The Three of Wands. Interesting. It's quiet. It's all this color, though. It's almost like I'm hearing the future is bright. The future is bright, right? But this is not bright. This is kind of dark and gloomy. There's something that there's obviously something in your future that you choose to direct your attention towards. Or I want to say you're very, very clear about something in your future. What is this that Cancer is very, very clear about? The Wheel of Fortune. So changing your circumstances here. You're very clear about how to change your circumstances. That's pretty good. That's very empowering. That does sound very empowering, to be honest. Very clear about how to change your circumstances in the future. So the mask you're hiding about behind. The Ace of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. It could be about like how to evenly disperse a new resource, how to evenly divvy up an opportunity. There could be, like it could be something as simple as you know, wanting to ask your boss for a raise. I don't know, like with this the Ace of Pentacles, wanting to ask your boss for a raise, wanting to find a new job, wanting something where there's more equality in what it is that happens here or goes on for you. But I feel like you have clarity about something, like you're not drawn into it anymore. And again, though, you know what's interesting is you pulled out all pentacles for that. And that's how, well, yeah, actually, the roses are materials. So they are pentacles. And that's what I was saying. It's like things in your world that you can manipulate. So there could be some sort of a new beginning that perhaps someone has been trying to manipulate you with. And how it is equally shared in this experience. Something. But you're not even looking. You're just not even looking. This is so strong in this reading. Not even looking. Coming out of the dark, full of color. And what are you looking at but color into the future? Understanding the strands of time with this Wheel of Fortune card also. Three of Materials is why you hide your true self. Yes. See, look at that. The Five of Swords. I'm telling you, there's something about the weight of these two heads on here. This person is being weighted down by other people. It just feels so uncomfortable, that whole image to me. Maybe you've been carrying other people's dreams for too long, so you're cutting this out. You know, I just feel like through those other two heads, sorry, there's a glare on it. They just seem immovable. Like they don't want to move, but just is being cut out. It's kind of like too realizing that to build whatever it is you want, you don't need to go to the top of this stack. You can just slip out from the bottom. The Page of Materials is how this affects your relationship. Look at the Death card. Wow, the Death card is slipping out for sure. Endings. Endings and rebirths. Anything else to go with the Page of Materials and the Death card? How this affects your relationships. The Three of Swords. Okay, so painful endings. I do feel like something or someone or something wants to keep you like there at the bottom of this pile. So you almost show up like as a rose, like you're squished into these roses. You're squished into someone else's ideas about progress and movement. And then how this affects, so then you have the Four of Cups, the Lovers, and the Seven of Cups. Death card, Three of Swords, Four of Cups, Lovers, and the Seven of Cups. So you are definitely not interested in whatever is going on around you. Not interested. With the Four of Cups, the Three of Swords, the Death card, you're just like, that's enough of this. That's absolutely enough of this. You're flying off into a new horizon, and it's full of color. It's full of color, but there's that big question mark, right? With the Seven of Cups, what will you find? I don't know. I can't tell you what you're going to find. Well, maybe we'll get more when we see what the outcome is here. But I mean, the clearest message we have is that you will have a conclusion to whatever this is at some point in time for yourself, but definitely off to make different choices. Oh, I like that too, because the 4 and the 6 in these Roman numerals are mirroring each other. Off to make different choices. Okay. The Four of Voices is your advice. It looks like get into a spa bath, relax, meditate, do things that are good for you in terms of, I would say mental health, because it's voices, swords. And project your light into your future. Ah, that's it. Project your light into this future. The Four of Voices. The Four of Voices is your advice. The Three of Pentacles, build something new and find a new mountain. Because, right, this looks like a bit like a mountain. It's not a good mountain. I feel like it's a mountain that is put in front of you, but only as if to say, well, we won't let you climb it. And whatever that is, we won't let you climb it. We're going to keep you held back here. What do you build with? What do you build with? The advice. Because the Four of Voices is kind of like a solitary energy. Oh, your strength. I feel like energy will come to you when it's the right time. You might be asked to build something on your own here with the Strength card and the Three of Pentacles. Something that perhaps you tried to build with others in the past, and that's cut out, and then you built this on your own. Outcome, if you follow the advice, is the World. The World. Holy crap. The Ten of Wands. Well, that's talk about releasing that heavy shit. Yeah. Releasing this heavy shit for you. The Four of Wands is at the bottom. And the Mother of Cups. So that's nice energy. That's really nice energy. Very flowing. Yeah, okay, wait a second here. There's no cups. It's always interesting when I do a water sign reading and there's really no cups. The only cups we had here were the 4 and 7 of Cups. So disenchanted energy about things and big mysteries. There's a lot of mental clarity that is in this reading for you. And this mental clarity represents how you move and navigate through three-dimensional, mutable, and I can't say it, manipulative. Oh, when that bar is off the roof of my mouth, I swear I'm going to talk like nobody's business. You know, shit that you can manipulate in this world. But so this is like, this energy feels really, really good on the other side of something for you. Wow, that was really curious, Cancer. So I'm going to push these to the side. I'm going to go do your extended. In the extended, I'm going to ask how you can improve the relationships, how to improve your relationships, and what your deeper self would tell you about the mask that you wear, as well as how to release your true potential. Thank you so much, Cancerians, my portals of love. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.